If you thought the payouts for some esports tournaments in the past were huge, well, buckle up, because Fortnite just threw down the damn Infinity Gauntlet with a prize pool so large, it would be heartless for us not to tell you to drop everything you're doing in life and start practicing night and day to become the best Fortnite player on Earth. Finally, a way to make money in America that isn't by dicking over a majority of the population. Let's get rich, everybody!
Here we go!
No, you fucking cuck!
Peggy 18.
$100 million. Apparently, that was not a typo this past Monday morning when Epic Games announced the prize pool for their 2018-2019 competitive season. Seems like esports has finally reached its new pinnacle because a number that large will certainly turn the heads of almost anyone in the sports and entertainment industry. And although at this point is just a drop in the bucket for how much Fortnite pulls in, it's honestly still a bit ridiculous even to see it in print.
Yes.
There surely are some extra zeros there.
Yeah.
So, how exactly is this gonna work, and who's gonna get rich off of it?
Me! Well, no, I'm not young anymore like you and your Ritalin and whatever. The details there aren't exactly laid out yet, but here's the press release that was posted by Epic when they announced it. Fortnite competitors, grab your gear, drop in, and start training. Since the launch of Fortnite Battle Royale, we've watched the passion for community competition grow and can't wait to empower you to battle with the best. In the 2018-2019 season, Epic Games will provide $100 million to fund prize pools for Fortnite competitions. We're getting behind competitive play in a big way, but our approach will be different. We plan to be more inclusive and focused on the joy of playing and watching the game. Stay tuned for more details about competitive structures and eligible platforms in the weeks ahead.
Okay, so based on their post, it sounds like they'll be using the money to fund numerous events from all kinds of competitions, which would take a lot of the burden off of Epic themselves to produce, fund, and host their own fully controlled competitive events, and will instead most likely use companies like MLG, UMG, ESL, and more to do all of the hard work and heavy lifting for them.
Yeah.
It's smart on their part because they just drop the money and say, here, we're funding the prize pools. Now you go set up all the tournaments, find the talent, vet everything, run the whole production, promote it, host it, do everything else involved. Also take all the heat whenever someone says the N-word, and we'll sit back and reap the benefits of marketing, promotion, and goodwill.
Yes.
And yeah, it's going to protect them for all the ways that it's going to backfire.
Potentially.
It will.
Potentially.
Esports always backfires. Things go wrong in production. The hosts, the competitors, they say stupid shit. They're protected.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know. I just provided the money for the prize pool.
Thank you, Mr.
I
Epic.
was just giving money away.
Having said that, Epic Games is hosting its own Fortnite tournament in the very near future when it debuts Fortnite Party Royale at E3 this year. This competition will set Fortnite pros as well as celebrities who team up together to compete in what appears to be an exhibition tournament. It'll most likely not involve that large sum of money or a portion of it that was listed above, but we would hope it would go towards like a charity or something.
Congratulations, Drake. Here's $10,000.
That's how we got away with it. Anyways, that's usually how celebrity pro-ams work anyway. It's a prize for charity because the people competing don't need the money. Mm-hmm. Regardless, it will be a good indication of how these future tournaments will look and how Epic will, evolve their custom servers when it comes to hosting these events. It also should be noted, before we move on, that the $100 million number, it's not really all that extreme because Dota has actually paid out around $140 million in prize money for their competitive games, but that number consists of everything they've paid out since 2013. A long time, 5 years. This $100 million looks like it's just for one season of competitive Fortnite. So like we said, put down those pencils and grab your controllers and keyboards, kids, because you probably will have just as good of a chance at being a top Fortnite player as you do as becoming a lawyer or a doctor that makes millions of dollars.
Yawn.
Boring. Whatever you do, don't start a YouTube channel. For the love of God, don't start a YouTube channel.
But let's move on, because the biggest news this last week was obviously the Black Ops 4 announcement. Mm-hmm. And it turns out that when leaks happen in the gaming industry, they're pretty damn accurate. Because there will be no single-player campaign in this year's Call of Duty title.
Yes. Single player.
Fuck you. And the brand will instead focus entirely on the multiplayer aspects of its games, no matter how many of you publicly cry and demand a campaign.
But we wanted a campaign.
Grab some tissues, Grab some lube and let Daddy explain the harsh truths to you.
Life's not fair, kids.
COD single-player campaigns were short and very expensive to produce. Even though I'm sure they could get Kevin Spacey at a discounted rate these days.
Yeah. A little bit cheaper on this one, maybe.
Guys, I'll take any work I can get. Locking down major actors and actresses as well as a flurry of voice actors for a campaign that you're not going to play. Probably. It costs a whole shitload of money, and by doing away with it entirely, they're definitely shaving a ton of money off of the production side of things. Not that they were hurting for money at any given point, though.
No, but now they can make more money. It's called capitalism, Elliot, and it works. But you're crying out, and you're throwing your tissues on the ground to say, but I did play the campaign, and I want it back, damn it.
Bullshit.
No, you didn't. And we've already talked about the fact that you can get a good idea regarding how many people actually played these campaigns to completion by looking at the tracking of achievements and trophies on Xbox, Steam, and PlayStation. But to take things further than that and, peel back a little bit of the facade in the gaming industry, Activision themselves, they have more information about you, the humble gamer, than you probably even realize. They not only know every time you've screamed a racial slur at an opponent, but they also know how many hours you've put into multiplayer and zombies and how many hours you haven't put into the campaign.
Yeah, so if their internal analytics even came close to proving that the Call of Duty community actually cared at all about the campaign modes, they would certainly have kept adding it to their yearly releases. But as we all could have safely assumed, essentially no one was playing that shit outside of probably knocking out a few missions while the servers are down during launch weekend.
I mean, what else are you gonna do?
Because they always go down. Frankly, you're not playing single player. They know it. They changed. Guess you gotta get over it. We're sure by now you've already been brought up to speed about what is getting packaged into Black Ops 4, but here's a rundown anyway.
They're making the standard multiplayer mode a bit more tactical and team-based by introducing specific roles that each person on the team should be playing. This will almost certainly be a triumphant failure with a large amount of the player base because kids who play COD just want to run in, get kills, die, respawn, and do the same thing over and over and over again. It's really hard to convince people to just be a healer or just be a tank, and we think this is going to be a huge wall that gamers run into the same way it happens in Overwatch. There will almost certainly be traditional team deathmatch modes available where none of that team-based stuff actually matters, and that's where a majority of you will play. It'll make things a lot more interesting on the competitive esports side of things, even though COD probably won't be forking over hundreds of millions of dollars. But yeah, it still opens up the door for actual teams working together for a goal, which is, to me, far more interesting than simply watching someone get headshots over and over and over again while hiding.
Ricky's a Hanzo man.
But what if I jump and I spin 360 degrees and then pull my scope and get the headshot just as the scope lands?
Well, if you can do that about 40 or 50 times, set it to Bonfire or any other dubstep track,
Yeah.
then I say you can start a YouTube channel. Is it too late? Maybe.
Yeah, I just want my montage parodies back.
Yeah,
Gone too soon.
true. Anyways, yeah.
Then there's zombies, of course. It's apparently something that people still play because it's included a lot. This year they're doing 3 separate maps in what seems to be the mode that will actually be replacing the single player campaign. So there's one in what looks like a Roman arena. There's one on the Titanic, too soon. And there's one in a prison that's apparently a reboot of a previous zombies map. So, look, we kind of hate the zombies mode, but enough of you like it that we're sure this is appealing to you because, again, the analytics don't lie. I liked zombies back in the day when you could do 4-player split screen. Because that was
your buddies
fun.
at home?
Yeah. Once they made it so you couldn't do that, I'm like, fuck this. I'm not playing with some random person on the internet who's going to yell at me in some accent I can barely understand. And he's just, it's a miserable experience.
Elliot doesn't like being called names. So don't call him a name in the comments. But then, of course, there's Blackout, which is the official title for the long-rumored Battle Royale mode that's hitting Call of Duty this year. There's not a whole lot of information out there about the mode other than what's shown off in the trailer, which is that there will be vehicles that you can use, there will be squads, or probably solo as well. There's going to be tactical combat. The map is 1,500 times bigger than Nuketown, which is an odd form of measurement, but I guess it works. Someone on the Call of Duty subreddit has probably done the math and has shown exactly how big this is going to be.
A little bit of
off
trigonometry.
The mode will feature parts of the community's favorite maps as well as characters from previous Black Ops installments as well. Still no word on the total player number, but we would imagine that it would be something to the tune of 64 players on console with the possibility of actually hitting 100 players on PC.
Fuck it, why not 200?
Hey, 300. You know what? Fuck.
You know what I heard? I heard they were doing 400.
I say you put everyone who's currently online in the same map.
Yeah.
That's the real battle royale.
Knife each other to death.
And knives only.
Yeah. There's still no word, however, on the Switch release for this game, which was rumored to only consist of the Battle Royale mode. Honestly, it wouldn't surprise us if they did separate releases for each mode on the Switch at full AAA price each, $60 for Blackout and 60 hours for Blops for Zombies.
$60.
Yeah.
I wonder if you can get 60 hours out of it, maybe it'd be worth it.
$1 1 hour.
So yeah, Blackout for $60, Blops for Zombies mode,
$60
each for each map.
Oh, you want multiplayer? $60. And they all come separately.
Run back to your mommy and ask her for more money.
They all
she
know
doesn't want to talk to you.
The Switch kids, they have a lot of money.
They do.
Yeah.
That would be a dick move, but capitalism, baby.
Not surprising at all if they did it.
Yeah, so, anyway, Battlefield dropping the info on their new game this week. And we wrote this episode on Monday, so if the info's already out there, whoops, sorry.
We're sorry.
Look at this guy checking his Twitter. But hey, there was a preview that dropped on Monday, which people seem to think indicates a return to World War II for Battlefield V5, which makes the title of the game extremely weird.
Yes. I still don't understand it. If you just did Battlefield 1 for World War I, why wouldn't you just do Battlefield 2?
V for victory, like Winston Churchill.
Yeah. V for victory, sir. Sir, please. Fans online are speculating this entirely on the fact that a preview clip kept the UI in place and that the teams above the footage look like they're represented by the Union Jack flag and the Iron Cross. We're still unsure about this, and it could be a classic misdirect or just a dumb graphic representing something else. We don't know. Still, I'd love to see Battlefield do World War II in modern graphics and gameplay because it would be incredible based solely on the size and scope of the battles in this franchise. Also, they could easily institute a Battle Royale mode in the game because they've been doing large battles for years anyway. They might not take that route, but it would be
World War
easy
II Battle Royale in Battlefield with destructible environments and shit would be pretty sick.
That would be great. But who's going to play as Hitler? And will he win?
Probably a couple kids out there would play as Hitler.
A couple?
A couple of them would.
Time to take my suicide pill. Anyways, as far as the campaign, it will probably have one because they seem to be doing whatever the opposite of COD does on a year-to-year basis. So I guess that means no Battle Royale either, suckers. Oh, and it might be World War II, but like in an alternate reality where it's like World War II, but it's like steampunk shit. Who knows?
Yeah, where they drop you onto the Battle Royale map.
On a Zeppelin.
The Hindenburg is carrying everyone.
And then it crashes. And
you have to jump before it crashes and the humanity.
Yeah, the last bit instead of Victory Royale or Winner Winner Chicken Dinner, it just says the humanity.
Oh, the humanity.
We wrote this game and it's gonna be great.
Yeah, and that's not realistic. So why not add just like
a bunch of random bullshit,
like the Ark of the Covenant? If you open that, all your enemies' faces melt off. And if you find the Holy Grail, you drink that, and you can take way more bullets.
Yeah,
because that's the blood of Christ.
Also, half the map is in Russia, so everyone just immediately dies if you drop onto that zone.
Yeah,
because it's too cold. Who would have thought fighting the Russians during winter would be hard?
World War II, most of them are dead. Let's have fun with it.
A comedy of errors. Time to get our piece.
Anyway, Overwatch Anniversary starts this week, so get the credit cards ready for another round of swipe action and some new and returning modes that could break apart the soul-crushing reality that is competitive mode.
I fucking hate myself, and I'm doomed to stay in silver forever thanks to falling from my grace period of being in platinum. Thanks, Solo Q. You really did it to yourself and me. Also, don't forget, gamers, if you're ready to torture yourselves all over again, Dark Souls Remastered will be released this Friday, so you can enjoy fits of rage in high definition, and at some decent frame rates from what I've been told. Because we all know it was the low quality and bad frame rates that made you quit the game in the first place. It wasn't the challenging opponents at all. No, you're a better gamer than that.
Yeah. But hey, there's one man who's always up for a challenge, no matter what game it is. He's our long-necked, giraffe-looking, binge-drinking, baby-making, ethical games journalist, and he's here to tell you all about another new release that you can sink your poopy teeth into before you start saving your pennies to pick up whatever's announced at E3. Shibby, let us know what we should do by, or do noi by, right now.
Tugs boys and Tugs girls, this week I have a new vice, my new crack. No, not the drug, but something bigger.
Ass?
Things with asses so big, so large, so metallic that you can't even eat it. Trust me, I've tried. This week I'm reviewing a game about motherfucking robots. Shibby fans like robots.
I wonder, I'm still curious as to how many Shibby fans have gone to their girlfriend and be like, hey, you want to try something different tonight? I'm going to eat that ass. They don't have girlfriends. That's probably true.
Whatever.
You gotta be a lot more limber to eat your own ass than you do to suck your own dick, Shibby. We all know what that long neck's for.
God. This week I checked out a new game in the Mech Warrior universe called BattleTech. Developed by Harebrained Schemes and published by my favorite overseas developer, Paradox Interactive. BattleTech's a turn-based strategy game with mechs. Call me a cuck, Ricky. Sure.
Cuck.
Ugh. But right now there's a lull in games releases because of E3 and most recent video games suck. Boy, for someone who's having a baby come September, girl, I need to start scratching an itch for games that actually pause and save like an adult. I can't be Jew-fueled out of my mind going AFK in Fortnite or Heroes of the Storm match. It's not pretty and makes all my Discord friends hate me.
Your daughter's gonna be a Titanfall fan. Oh, we haven't even gotten to that part.
No girls.
Foreshadowing.
Foreshadow. Anyways, BattleTech is all about robots and kaijus. Wait, no, that's the movie. BattleTech's all about robots, vehicles, and betrayal. You ever play XCOM? It's basically like that, but mechs. Therefore, a lot better than pussy humans and brain-dead aliens. It's like rockin' sock'em robots, but with lasers and missiles. It's like mech online fighting game where you swipe credit card for platinum ammo and do more damage than the free-to-play players. That's actually not part of the game. Unlike the pansy boys like Joel and Elliot who play hex-based strategy games like Civilization, that are the creme de la creme, this is way better. The gameplay is sophisticated and tactical, with plenty of choices to ponder between turns. Do you brace for impact? Do you move for line of sight on the enemy? Do you push forward for an alpha strike that leaves you mostly defenseless? Lots of questions that only you can prevent forest fires.
What?
I mean Mech Commander. Lastly, I wanted to praise this game because it was launched through Kickstarter. Sorry, mouth's getting dry. Which destroyed its $250,000 goal, raising nearly $3 million. And instead of taking that money and making a failed product like the Pebble Watch, actually making a good fucking video game that did the tabletop version proud. I guess it's a tabletop version game too.
Proud owner of the coolest cooler, and damn it, I stand by it.
Big Dick Toilet coming soon, Kickstarter. The Kickstarter backers are more than pleased with the results. New milestones were actually hit and added to the game, such as PvP multiplayer at the $2.5 million raise mark. Overall, the $40 price tag on Steam, my inevitable need for turn-based games as I become an adult, as well as a successful Kickstarter campaign that actually delivered on its promises, I must give BattleTech a 10 out of 10 do noi buy.
That's a bot. Well, fuck. I know I'll hate that game, but if you've got a college degree in being super smart about strategery, I guess you should check it out, I don't know. But since we're on the topic of mechs, let's look back in time at another mech-based game called Titanfall, the OG Titanfall, for a real review. Here's a review we can trust. It comes from an Amazon user named Expert Gamer, who titled their review of the original title, Titanfall, Feeble Attempt to Topple Call of Duty. Here's what Expert Gamer had to say.
It's really Call of Duty plus robots. Good move, trying to mimic Call of Duty such that fans would switch over, and then adding robots. They know Asians love technology and mechas. Very good marketing strategy, but a weak game on an inferior console isn't going to fool gamers. Have seen many girls boasting about Titanfall and claiming to be gamers. That's because all the guys are playing Call of Duty on the PS4. Sad but true. Check out my other reviews from an experienced hardcore gamer, 1 star.
So
Fuck you.
all the girls play Titanfall.
All those girls that
They're always in school talking
don't
about
talk
Titanfall.
to me.
I always overhear them talking about Titanfall. Okay, well, at the end there, he was like, check out more of my reviews. I'm an experienced hardcore gamer, so
Oh no.
let's check out some of his other reviews. And oh my god, Expert Gamer apparently loved Titanfall 2, the game that got rid of the girls. What the hell happened? It must be something monumentous. Here's his review of Titanfall 2, which should consist of a well-thought-out breakdown about how the game was improved from its first iteration. Expert Gamer says this.
Better than the Battlefield 1 crap where you play a Turk running the flag. I'd rather be in a giant robot.
5 stars, though, on Titanfall 2.
Wow.
I mean, this guy's reviews, they're truly amazing. Hold on. Let's check out this review he did for Shadow of Mordor.
Aragorn looks so dirty and unkempt right off the bat on the cover. He's the king of Mordor, for God's sake.
This isn't like when they put fucking LeBron James on the NBA 2K.
Too sweaty.
He's the king of Mordor, for God's sake.
Terrible photos.
This guy's reviews are amazing. Here's one for the Destiny Ghost Special Edition that came with the toy.
The talking cube thing is really fun. I scared my hamster with it. The game was fun too, but the explosion scared my parrot, so I play it with the parrot stashed in a corner.
Fucking Dr. Doolittle.
I don't have traditional pets. Dogs and cats are for girls.
My animals would never say no to me.
I have reptiles and birds.
But guys, he's not just an expert gamer. He reviews other stuff too. Here's a review he did for a product called the Zip It, which is a device used for clearing up pipes clogged with hair.
Thought I can replace the zipper. Can't get it sewn on my pants at all.
Alright, this guy's a troll.
No, Elliot. They're all legitimate reviews.
No.
Now, listen, having said that, he loves the Fitbit. He does love the Fitbit.
Beep beep, I like it very much. It is black, it is handy, it is cute. I love it. 5 stars.
Well, there you have it, folks. Oh God, I love that guy.
He has an agenda.
What's his agenda?
Trying to get cute girls with Fitbits.
Hey, you're kind of fat. You know what product I love? The Fitbit. Also, if your hair gets clogged in the sink, I can fix it. He's the god of Mordor!
Quick, hide my parrots.
They have a female coming over, and he calls them females,
Of
too.
course he does.
Yeah.
He believes in enforced monogamy.
Well, there you have it, folks. That's T.U.G.S for this week. Now, speaking of Dark Souls Remastered, as an ethical games journalist and having beaten Dark Souls 3 without dying and with no help at all, I'll be playing Dark Souls Remastered this weekend on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/itsrickyftw. There's links below. What's your Twitch?
Well, my Twitch is twitch.tv/ElliotETC.
And you're a pro gamer, too. What did you just beat?
I finished the main quest of The Witcher 3, and I started on the DLC, but then someone in my chat told me it's like another 50 hours.
Oh, it's big.
I'm in a deep dark hole of witchery, but best $20 I've ever spent.
It's well worth the $20. Anyways, watch Monday's live show and then watch a brand new episode of News Dump. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.